Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to dive into another essential data structure in Python dictionaries. Dictionaries are incredibly powerful tools for managing data that's linked by associations like names with phone numbers, product codes with descriptions, and so on. Well, this is an exciting topic because dictionaries help make your programs more organized and meaningful. So let's get started. So let's start with the basics. What is a dictionary in Python? A dictionary is a data structure that stores data in key value pairs. Each piece of data is assigned a unique identifier called a key, and the actual data, called a value, is linked to that key. We can think of it like a real dictionary, where each word the key is linked to its definition, the value. One of the main reasons to use dictionaries is that they allow us to store and quickly access data based on meaningful keys instead of just indexes. This makes them different from lists or tuples, which use numerical indexes. Here's just a simple example of a dictionary. Contacts equal to curly braces Alice 5555123 Bob 5555678, Carol 555555765. Then print contacts. In this code, we've created a dictionary called contacts with names as the keys and phone numbers as the values. Each key value pair is separated by a comma, and the entire dictionary is enclosed in curly braces. The output will be a structured set of name phone number pairs. This is much easier to understand than if we stored the same data in a list, right? Now that we know what dictionaries are, let's talk about creating them and accessing data from them. We define dictionaries with curly braces as we saw in the previous example. Each item consists of a key, a colon, and a value. Keys can be strings, numbers, or even tuples, but they must be unique within a dictionary. Let's break down creating and accessing dictionaries step by step. Product catalog equal to curly braces P001 laptop, P002 smartphone, P003 tablet. Then print product catalog. Here we've created a dictionary called product catalog where the product codes are keys and the product names are values. The structure is simple but very effective for storing data in a way that allows us to access products based on their codes. Uh, To retrieve data from a dictionary, we use keys inside square brackets. Let's try to access the value of a specific key in our product catalog dictionary. Product equal to product catalog P001. Then print product for code P001. Product. In this example, we access the value associated with the key P001, which returns laptop. If the key doesn't exist in the dictionary, Python will raise a key error. So it's always a good idea to make sure the key is valid or use safer methods like .get, which we'll cover shortly. Dictionaries come with several useful methods that help us interact with and manipulate the data. Let's go over some of the most commonly used dictionary methods. Keys method. The keys method returns all the keys in a dictionary as a special view object. This is helpful when you want to see what items are in the dictionary without the associated values. Print keys, product catalog dot keys. This will output dict keys B001, B002, B003, giving us a view of all keys in the dictionary. This list can be useful for iterating over each item or for checking if a specific key exists. Values method. The values method returns all the values in the dictionary, which can be useful if we're only interested in the values without their associated keys. Pinned values, product catalog dot values. This method gives us dict values laptop, smartphone, tablet, displaying only the values stored in the dictionary. It's particularly handy for situations where we want to process or display all products in a catalog. Get method. Earlier, we saw that trying to access a key that doesn't exist can cause an error. The .get method allows us to retrieve a value for a key but won't throw an error if the key is missing. Instead, it turns none or a default value if we specify one. Print existing key, product catalog .get P001 and print non-existing key, product catalog .get P005, product not found. In this example, when we try to access the key P005, dot get returns product not found instead of raising an error. This is helpful for handling cases where a key may or may not be present. Pop method. The pop method allows us to remove a specific item from the dictionary based on its key. It returns the remove value so you can confirm which item was deleted. Removed item equal to product catalog dot pop P003. No product found, print removed item. Removed item and print updated catalog product catalog. This code removes the item with key P003 and returns tablet. Afterward, our dictionary no longer contains the key P003. Dot pop is a safe way to delete items because it also lets you specify a default message if the key doesn't exist. Now let's look at how dictionaries can be used in real-world applications. There are many cases where we can store related information with dictionaries, such as contact lists, product catalogs, and inventory systems. Imagine you want to store a contact list with names and phone numbers. This is a perfect use case for dictionaries. Contacts equal to John 5551234, Jane 555555678, Doe 555588765. Or ring John's phone, contacts.getJohn. This code creates a contacts dictionary. By using .get, we access John's phone number 555551234. We could also add new contacts or delete them using dictionary methods. Let's return to our product catalog. Here we can imagine a simple catalog with product codes as keys and product names as values. We could even extend this to include prices or categories. Product catalog equal to P001 name laptop, price 999, P002 name smartphone, price 599, P003 name tablet, price 399. Print smartphone price, product catalog P002 price. Here we made each value in product catalog another dictionary that stores both the product name and its price. Now, we can access specific attributes like the price for each product. This structure can be very helpful for building complex systems like e-commerce platforms or inventory trackers. Today we covered the basics of dictionaries in Python, including how to create dictionaries using key-value pairs, accessing and updating dictionary data using helpful dictionary methods like keys, values, get, and pop, and real-world scenarios where dictionaries are very useful, like contact lists and product catalogs. With this knowledge, you're ready to use dictionaries effectively in your projects. They offer flexibility and organization for data, making them invaluable tools for building scalable applications. In our next video, we'll continue exploring about file handling basics, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching and happy coding.